all this laughing chat, and we see from the perspective of the Lost Boys as they fucking tear off the roof of their car because they're out in the fucking middle of nowhere somewhere, and they go, ah, ah, and fucking Skunk Boy, he's fucking grabbed shit and he's ripped to shreds in midair, and the girl's like, ah. Hello, I just wanted to thank you for clicking on my video, and I wanted to let you know not only do I create content on my YouTube channel here, Class in a Glass, but I'm also on Twitch where I play single-player games, multiplayer games, I do movie reviews, cartoon reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Also, it would be a big help if you can check out my Patreon, where you can gain access to audio commentaries, reactions, and the ability to submit questions for my podcasts and videocasts. And all that content can be found in the links below. In the meantime, enjoy the video. But now, my friends, we're going to go ahead and get into tonight's review. As I said, chat, for The Lost Boys, doing a scene-by-scene breakdown, chat. Now, typically, I like to ask you one question before I get into the nitty-gritty details, chat, the history of the film, and then we'll do the scene-by-scene. But how many of you guys and gals have seen Joel Schumacher's The Lost Boys, chat? One of my favorite vampire films of all time. It's so goddamn good. Darkslayer, seen it many times and rewatched it all in preparation. You can keep me on task then for the throughout the review then. Actually, you missed this scene, which I promptly will. And I probably not smiles. No, that's fine now. It's okay because I'm doing the scene by scene breakdown. You'll be good. You guys had never seen it. Somebody, yeah, review time, Katie. Me, but not like in 10 years. Fair enough. Haven't seen it and planned not to. Well, there you go. All right, fair enough, because good viewers. Okay, all right. If he's dead, can we go back to Phoenix? Right? Oh, Grandpa. Always bamboozling people. Always bamboozling. Maybe I have seen it. I think you definitely have. I only knew of the 90s rap group of the same name. Well, they don't count. The Lost Boys, the vampire group, came before the 90s rap Lost Boys. They stole that from Kiefer Sutherland and Alex Winter and the other ones. The other two guys that were very handsome, chat. The guy that melted in the bathtub and the other guy that died via stereo, chat, you know? Stole that from them. No doubt about it. And I've never seen it, Mr. Yasmin, on review on Eccentric. Okay, so some of you, I like this. We've got a lot wide variety, chat. Some of you know of the film, some of you have seen the film, some of you have never seen it, chat. Maybe only reference. This is very good. Well, chat, I have seen this movie. I've watched it multiple times. Like I said, it's one of my favorite vampire horror comedies of all time. It's a wonderful film, chat. Thank you, Doctor, with the 5 biddies. Condition is on. Marco's Bill from Bill and Ted. He isn't. Yep, that's right. Alex Winters. That's quite correct. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot he was in this. He's so whittle. They even refer to him as the whittle vampire, which I think is funny. But no, Chad, no, I'm a huge fan of this film. As I said before, Joel Schumacher directed this movie. Fun fact, though, Chad, fun fact. The original person who was supposed to direct this film was Richard Donner, Chad. He served as a producer for the movie, but apparently production originally languished, Chad. And he was obligated to direct another film at the time. That film being, 1987, was Lethal Weapon. And so he had to get another director to make the movie. That's why he hired Joel Schumacher. Another interesting thing. So Richard Donner, chat, he was already, incredibly well known for, for Superman, chat. But another film, the Superman films that he worked on, but another film that was like great child entertainment was The Goonies, and that's what The Lost Boys was originally supposed to be. It wasn't going to be this punk vampire, campy horror film, chat. What he originally intended to do was, what Richard Donner was directing, he had his own script for it. He was going to basically do Goonies with vampires. It's like a version of Peter Pan and the Lost Boys, chat, like literally the Lost Boys, where it's a modern day Peter Pan, except you have all these kids. They were supposed to be like around 12, 13, the same age as kind of like the Goonies were in that movie, and it would be a little more whimsical, a little more palatable for children, chat. And Joel Schumacher got it and said, well, this is just too much like Goonies. And so they got someone else to do another draft of the script. They made it a little darker. They wanted to age all the characters up to proper teenagers or people that looked like they could have been in their 20s, chat. And he made it more of a campy horror film. And I think to great effect, Chad. Because honestly, like if the Lost Boys had come out and it's just it's just Goonies with vampires. that's what it would be known as. Where this is very much starkly in contrast with something like Goonies. Now, of course, you have recognizable faces. You have Corey Feldman. That was one of the things that held over. Oh, Catoli Wildflower, thank you so much. Thank you so much for resubscribing. 1 month away from a full year subscribed. Thank you so much, Chris. Fave Vampire. It's great. It's up there with me too. One of my favorites as well. Absolutely amazing. Happy to have you here. Choose and salute. But one of the things that held over from Richard Donner was casting Corey Feldman as one of the Frog Brothers, chat. And it's just kind of interesting. When he was reading for the part, he was just basically doing his character of Mouth from the Goonies. And Joe Schumacher says, "Hey, that was great, but can you actually pretend to be Sylvester Stallone for the whole movie?" And he's like, "Wait, what?" He's like, "Yeah, I want you to pretend to be like Chuck Norris and Sylvester Stallone for the entire movie, along with your brother, played by Jason Newland." And he goes, okay. And throughout the rest of the film, check Corey Feldman, he sounds like this. Everything's so serious. And the reason why he wanted that is because it's the movie overall is very comedic in tone, but the Frog Brothers, they take everything so goddamn seriously that you just can't help but laugh at them. So they become one of the funniest parts of the movies because they approach everything just like, we have to kill these bloodsuckers. And every time they say that dialogue, you just can't help but laugh. So very smart. Listen, I've given Joel Schumacher a lot of shit on this channel, a lot of people through life, with his Batman films and some other movies that he's made, but he made some fantastic choices for this film, chat. It's shot really well. He's able to move around his budget. I mean, it was only made for about $8.5 million. And he was like, okay, well, I have to shoot around my budget. I have to come up with clever camera tricks and make it look like a big budget movie. And for the most part, he accomplished it, chat. He accomplishes it really well. Cast, I mean, an incredible cast, as I said before. You got everyone from Jason Patric as Michael, which you hear. Apparently, chat, Michael, his name is said over 100 times in the movie. It's one of the most used words in the entire film, chat. You got the two Corey Shack, Corey Haim, who plays Sam, Jason Patric's brother in the film, chat, Michael's brother in the film, Corey Feldman, and of course, chat, Kiefer goddamn Sutherland, who had already been in like several films at this point, probably at the time best known for his work in Stand By Me as the psychotic bully. Here, Chad, he's playing a goddamn vampire with a luxurious, chat, bleached blonde mullet. How can you not love it? Thank you for the 5 days. It may just be me, but do you think Corey Haim Sam is gay? He had Rob Lowe posting his picture. So I was going to go into that. I'm glad you brought it up. But that's like the cast, chat. So impeccable fucking cast. A lot of other character actors in there too. You might have seen before in other 80s and 70s films. But the film is very much an allegory, chat, for two things. The one thing being is it was kind of an examination of the quote-unquote broken family. So in the 1980s, chat, especially during like the Reagan administration in America, there was an emphasis on trying to, present the typical American family, chat. And like, the nuclear family, like you had the dad, you had the mom, you had the kids, you had the dog, all of that. That's like how it has to be. And if you don't achieve that, then you're a fucking loser. Then get out of here. You're a freak. You're unwanted. And the film, chat, who we follow, the principal protagonists, are a broken family. You have the mother, chat, and her two sons. She's recently divorced, chat. She's broke. She has no money, and she goes to live with her crazy fucking dad in Santa Clara, California, chat. And that's what it is. And then you have this, and that's that family, chat. That's the quote-unquote broken family. Then you have another family, which is the Lost Boys themselves. That's Kiefer Sutherland's group, chat, which is these punks, these party kids. They sleep all day and party all night. Like that's that version of the family. And then you have a character named Max, chat. Max, who is this person who is always propositioning Michael and Sam's mom, trying to recreate the perfect family dynamic. Now, there's a twist with his character later in the film that shows like, no, that's all bullshit. No, you don't need to have, quote unquote, the ideal American family to be a good family. And that's one of the things that Joel Schumacher wanted to get across in this movie. Also, he wanted to show like this where people who might have been gay or people who did not adhere to the social norms of society, where where would they typically end up? So he kind of maintained this weird kind of like Neverland-esque idea of Santa Clara, where apparently it served in place of Santa Clara was Santa Cruz, Chet, which is Santa Cruz, California, which had a very large transient population, homeless population, Chet, or children or teenagers who had nowhere to go, who were ostracized by society, who were gay, and they went to this area, Chad. This is where they lived. And he wanted that to be the setting of his movie. So there's a lot. I mean, yeah, it's a campy vampire film, Chad, and Corey Feldman does a funny voice. But there's a lot of interesting things and ideas in this film. And it's kind of thumbing the nose at the idea of what the end-all, be-all American family is. Like, the movie is, like, kind of, like, ahead of its time for what it was suggesting, Chad. And also bringing to light many other social issues that were going on at the time that were ignored by certain authority figures. So I and his dad and acting legend. Yes, indeed. You had Keith Sutherland, Chet, and you got Donald Sutherland. No question about it. But no, I have a real appreciation for the film. There's actually some really great documentaries about the movie I encourage you to check out. Just the making of it, the first movie, and how it changed and went through a metamorphosis, where it went from really, it was going to be Goonies. It was Goonies with vampires, and then it became what Joel Schumacher envisioned. And so, yeah, I really appreciate the film. It's one of those that, yes, it's campy, and there's certain things that don't hold up. I agree. But, man, the messages in the movie, and you could tell that all the actors are having so much fun, and a lot of the practical effects are very, very good. The makeup is great, chat. The set design, the production design is really good. I mean, they filmed everything on the boardwalk, chat, and it's like that all looks real and natural. And you have, chat, a large, sweaty, greased-up man, chat, playing a saxophone saying, "I still believe." And how can you not love that, chat? How can you not love that, chat? The answer is that you can't. You have to love it, chat. That is your obligation. But now, my friends. Oh, by the way, movie, again, made $8.5 million. Box office, $32.2 million, chat. Big commercial success. Got kind of like positive, the mixed reviews from critics, but overall, in time, it's looked at as an 80s horror classic, Chad. I consider to be one. But now, Chad, let's get down to the nitty-gritty details, Chad. We open up to the Santa Clara boardwalk, Chad. We see all these people. Thank you, Duxler, for the 5 biddies. As a Californian, I knew it was Santa Cruz. Can't know that. Exactly. They say that people who saw the film are like, oh, that's fucking Santa Cruz. People who live in California who knew because they had the roller coaster was called the Dipper and things. And yeah, they changed the name to Santa Clara, but if you look in the background, there's like Santa Cruz like everywhere. it's kind of funny. So they couldn't get rid of it. It was like, ah, shit. I don't know why they just didn't keep the name. Oh, the reason why. Okay, chat. So before we get into the nitty-gritty details, so the reason why Schumacher wanted to change the name of Santa Clara, he actually didn't want to. The thing is, the government officials wanted to change because Santa Cruz had gotten a really bad reputation for literally being one of the biggest murder capitals of the United States, where they had like a problem of serial killers. And it had this, even though it had all the boardwalk and, all this, commercial enterprise and things, it had that reputation. It was also used as a setting for another movie, which featured, I think, like murderers and killers. So like shit. And, Joel Schumacher had to negotiate with the city officials and, say like, I'll happily change the name and, it's going to be like a fun horror film. And eventually they said, okay. And then they went ahead and did it. He was just very forthright with them, which is kind of cool. Well, you'll notice when watching the movie, chat, Santa Cruz is in the background, like just names of a place that they did not like. Fuck it, we can't. They have a couple billboards that say Santa Clara, but other than that, it's pretty much Santa Cruz. It's pretty funny. But we open up, chat, on the Santa Clara boardwalk. You have all the goddamn kids and teenagers, chat. You have the greased up sax mans. They're just playing their saxophone, chat. Everyone's having a fucking great time at the Santa Clara boardwalk, chat. And we even go to the merry-go-round. You got all the fucking kids and the teenagers and the ladies who got the big bazungas and like, yay, just love. They love being the merry-go-round, chat. But then who do we fucking see? The Lost Boys, chat. Keith Sutherland, Alex Winters, 2 other guys, chat. Vampires, but we don't know this yet. We don't know this. And they're just harassing everybody on the merry-go-round, chat. They're just slinking around. They're snapping their goddamn fingers, chat, like the Jets from, from West Side Story. It's hot, it's crazy, and they're going up on these girls and like, hey, how you doing, baby? And just going for the bazunga, and it's like, come on, leave me alone, don't touch my bazungas, and like, come on, baby, come on, let's play. But then shit, the authority figure arrives, shit, one of the security guards, and he fucking wraps his goddamn nightstick, shit, his baton around Kiefer Sutherland's neck and goes, gah! And he goes, I told you guys to not be here. You can't be on the merry-go-round. And so he's like, all right, man, all right, we'll back off. Coolio, back off, daddy-o, don't worry. And they fucking leave. Chad, but they're giving the stink eye to the security guard, Chad. Giving the stink eye to the security guard, all the various other people on the boardwalk, too. Like, it doesn't look great. Fucking Kiefer Sutherland, he got in a little scrap with this one guy who was like a Pepe Le Pew-esque hairstyle, shit. Like, literally, he has, like, brown hair, but, like, one white stripe down the back of his head. It's like, that's kind of weird looking. He's like, I'm gonna get you, man. I'm gonna get you. And so they all leave. And then she had the boardwalk is closed for the night. Everyone's going home. Everyone's having a great time. You see all these teenagers. They're in the fucking cars and the sports cars. Like, woo, we're going to be young forever. And you see bear bazungas and things. It's like, oh, it's wonderful, Chad. Peen flopping around. It's wonderful time in Santa Clara, Chad. But I love it because it opens up. It's like, oh, it's just like a helicopter shot. But no, you are seen from the perspective of the Lost Boys, Chad, flying over the Santa Clara boardwalk. And Joe Schumacher was very smart about this. He said, I don't have the budget to, make my actors look good flying over the fucking boardwalk. So he said, I'm going to just film things that you realize are from their perspective, that they're watching as they're flying down. It's very similar to what Sam Raimi did in his Evil Dead films and TV series. Same thing, Chad, where you have it like in his basically like a helicopter shot or like on a crane and just moving very, very quickly. But it's very cool and it's very effective, Chad. He flies over, you see those kids in the sports cars, and yeah, we'll be there forever. And they drive away. And then, Chad, we see the one lone guy in the one lone car. It's the security guard. It's the fat security guard. And he's like, oh, he's trying to get to his car, Chad, but it takes him a while, Chad. He's walked maybe 50 feet today, and that's his goddamn record. And as he slowly waddles to the car, he hears, what's that sound? Teenagers. And he looks above, Chad, he goes, oh! And he tries to, he's waddling, Chad. He's waddling, trying to get to his car. But his belly, his big old belly, it pins the door. It pins the door to the car. It's like, no! And he's trying to move, Chad, to open the door. And you hear this, you just hear this fucking laughing, Chad, as Alex Winters and Kiefer Sutherland and the other two vampire boys, the Lost Boys, Chad, they're flying around him and just fuck with him. And he goes, oh, no! And they grab him, he goes, oh! And he fucking holds onto the door, Chad. He rips the fucking door off as he's lifted up into the air, Chad. Oh, my God. What happened to the morbidly obese security guard, Chad? Probably died. Probably horrifically killed, Chad. We see his wife later on in the movie. It was like looking for him and nobody cares. And I'm like, oh man, I feel sorry for her. I feel really sorry for the wife, Chad. Like the goddamn mom of Michael and Sam. She's like, I'm sorry. And she looks the way, Chad's like, oh, I feel so bad. But Chet, we can do a hard fucking cut, and it's daytime now, and we are following this broken family, Chet, of Michael. Mrs. Emerson, Chet, Mrs. Emerson, her eldest son Michael, and her youngest son Sam. Thank you, Dark Slave with 5 base. That's pretty trap. I like that little detail of the poster. Yeah, it was a small thing, and you might miss it. You might miss it if you blink. It's like, oh, look at that. I like that. No, it shows like the Lost Boys have been killing people for decades in Santa Clara. We're about to get to that. Like, wait a minute, it's the murder capital of the world? Really? It's like, yeah, it totally is. No, it's a cool little detail. And so they're broken family, Chat. She's recently divorced from her scumbag husband, Chat. She got full custody of the kids because the goddamn dad's a fucking deadbeat. And she has no money, though. The dad got everything in divorce, and the two sons hate their dad because of it. And so she's going to go back to live with her father, Chat, who's fucking insane. Who's crazy, and who was a taxidermist, Chat. And apparently sleeping with half of the widows in Santa Clara, Chat, and making little taxidermy, woodchuck sculptures and shit. It's very odd what Grandpa does in Santa Clara, Chat. But he gets around. Clearly gets around, Chat. But they're moving to Santa Cruz, Chat, from Phoenix, Arizona, and they're not too happy about it, Chat. They rather just be at home in Phoenix. But it's like, hey, Mom's going through a rough time. She has no savings. She has nothing in the bank. She needs to get some fucking money, and the person that will obviously put her and her family up as the dad, Chad. He might be fucking weird, Chad, no doubt about it, but he loves his daughter and he loves his grandsons. And they're going into Santa Clara, Chad, and you see this big fucking poster, Chad. I see this big poster right there, and it says, "Welcome to Santa Clara." Where dreams can happen. And right on the other side, Chad, of the poster of the billboard, it says, "Santa Clara, murder capital of the world." And fucking Corey Haim's like, is that true? Is that true? And they're like very concerned, and Michael's just like, "Oh, I'm sure it's nothing." Mom's like, "That's just the kids pulling a prank. That's all it is." Thank you, Alex Bernal, for the 10 biddies. How are you? Just got here. What I missed, currently in the middle of my review for The Lost Boys, Chad. Fucking little Corey Haim. Baby Corey Haim, Chad. Just saw on the back of the Welcome to Santa Clara billboard that's the murder capital of the world. It's like, holy shit. And the mom's like, "Oh, it's just the kids goofing off. That's all it is. That's all it is." And so they fucking drive. They're going to ask for directions because she's trying to find her dad, Chad, because the internet is not a thing. They don't know where the hell they're going. They got to find her creepy dad. And so they stop. And this is cool because Joel Schumacher's like, just give me some B-roll. And you see the large transient community that lives in Santa Clara, Chad, or in this case, Santa Cruz. And just a lot of poverty there, despite, like, yes, it's this entertainment venue. The sheer amount of homeless people there is kind of staggering, Chad. It reminds me very much of Los Angeles when I visited there, and also parts of Austin now. It's like, oh, look at all these restaurants and bars and things and movie theaters and entertainment places, and oh, it's great. But then right next to it, poverty. So it's like, shit. And so I really liked he had that stark contrast while showing, like, oh, all this wonderful stuff, and, like, here's the real shit. And even the mom's just like, oh, God, we can see these teenagers shit just eating fucking garbage. They're literally eating garbage shit. They're turning into Danny DeVito's as we speak, Chet. He leads the other Lost Boys. They're the trash boys, Chet. Thank you, Dark, for the 5 minutes. It's sad, but it's like that with Edge Major. True, but I like that they showed that stark contrast right in the beginning of the movie. And so these kids are like metamorphosis, Chat, to Danny DeVito's, and she says, "Can you help those Danny DeVito abominations? Can you give them some money?" And fucking little Corey Haim, he goes over there, Chat, and he gives them some money. While everyone else just kind of is like, walking around, seeing all the stuff, perusing everything that's at the boardwalk. But eventually, like, all right, we got to get fucking back in the car. They get back in the car, and they find her dad's place. And he lives out, like, in the boonies, Chet. Very creepy. Has all these stuffed animals outside. He has this giant fucking fence of these huge stakes and everything outside his home. He has, like, Native American artifacts everywhere, Chad, just spread out, has dream catchers and things. Like, okay, so you get the sense the mom is kind of like a hippie by the way she talks and the actress's performance, and clearly she got it from her dad and probably her mother too. Eventually they pull up to the fucking the house, Chad. They park the car, and her dad, oh my God, he's dead. He's literally laying on the front porch, Chad, dead. And they're like, well, if he's fucking dead, can we go back home to Phoenix? She goes, shut up. He's just sleeping. He's always been a sound sleeper. And she starts poking him. He's like, he's not doing anything. He's not moving. And he's like, Dad. He goes, Ma. She goes, oh. They all fucking freak out. He's like, ah, fooled you. I was dead asleep. She says, Jesus Christ, Dad, can you just not do this? He's like, whatever. Come inside. And so we see, like, I don't know what the fuck he does. Apparently, taxidermy, Chad, is a high-paying market. Apparently, he's the only taxidermist in Santa Clara, Chad, and everyone just comes to him, whether they be hunters and stuff, to stuff their shit. Whether they got fucking owls or bucks or foxes or woodchucks, Chad, he's the guy you go to. And I guess he makes a pretty penny enough to afford this property, Chad, and to maintain it. It's very weird. He kind of lives like a hermit, Chad, occasionally. Doesn't like want to go out to like the Santa Clara proper. Only goes to a few locations. It's like, this actually makes sense towards the end of the movie why he does this. And so he's like, okay, here's the goddamn rules. I got some rules for you, okay? And he's like, rule number 1, he goes to the fridge. Goes to the fridge, and he says, the second shelf is mine. Fat, that's the fat fart, okay? That's me. I'm the fat old fart, okay? Do not touch my root beer. Do not touch my chicken nuggies. Don't touch none of that shit, all right? Everything else is yours. That is mine. All right? He loves drinking his root beer. He loves his chicken nuggies, chat. And he goes, next thing. Next thing, here's the TV guide. I don't like the pages of the TV guide turned or bent in any capacity. Okay, it annoys me. I like very pristine, slick covers. All right, and fucking Corey Haim, who's looking, was like, "Do you have a TV, granddad?" And he goes, "No, I don't have a TV." And listen. If I read the TV guide, who needs a fucking TV once you read the TV guide? You know what's on. And he says, also, don't go in my taxidermist office, okay? This is where I perform the disemboweling of various animals and creatures, so don't fucking go in there. It's not allowed. And he closes the door. Thank you, Dark Side of the 5 minutes. Talk about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, right? It literally looks like that. It's like, oh, shit. Clearly Leatherface operates in here, too. And he got inspired by his granddad. Oh, my Lord. Thank you again, Dark Side of the 5 Buddies. And so, like, okay, well, they all get settled, chat. They're all, obviously you have Corey Haim put up the very sexy poster of Rob Lowe, chat. Do I think that Corey Haim is gay in the movie? Probably. They kind of hint at that he is, especially with that poster. It's like, why did we have a poster of Rob Lowe? So he might be gay. And in the Lost Boys themselves, I mean, unless, the movie is kind of like an allegory for people who may be gay, or for transgender people might be ostracized by society. That's part of it. Because you even have like the Lost Boys, and they do not seem interested at all in Star. They could give a shit less about her, I don't know. It's Joe Schumacher has talked about, and he said, yeah, that's kind of what I intended to have it come across as, but you can interpret the movie as you want. But that was his original intention at the very least. But, so they are like, all right, we're all fucking settled, and Corey Haim put up his Rob Lowe poster. Let's go to the boardwalk. Let's experience Santa Clara together. So they go out there, chat, and the mom, she's all walking around, chat, and she sees the wife of the security guard. She's like, have you seen Walter? It's like, no one's seen Walter, okay? No one can fucking miss his fat ass. It's crazy. So, yes, no one has seen him recently. We would have. He's kind of hard to miss. We would let you know if we did. And she was a very sad scene. And then she goes to like a video cassette shop, video cassette shop owned by a gentleman named Max. And, she goes in there and she starts, flirting with good old Max. He starts flirting with her. Good times for mom, Chad. She already found a man for herself and her boys. Oh, yeah. The person who had the interest in Star is Michael. Seemed like David was into him. Yeah, clearly he was like, oh, you're my fucking, yeah, absolutely. Drink my blood, Michael. Please drink my fluids. No, totally. He was very much he can give a shit less. He can give a shit less about Star. Anything. They use Star as bait to get more men and teenage boys for themselves. I think that's what it is. She's just out there, just hanging out there like a piece of meat. But while mom's flirting with fucking Max, Shat, the owner of the video cassette shop, we then cut to the greased up, oiled, naked sax man, Chad, who is playing that fucking saxophone like you can never believe. I still believe, Chad. Amazing. Holds up to this guy. Let's put some respect on greased up sax man, Chad. Let's put some respect on grease. His name, Chad, is Tim Capello. All the respect for Tim Capello, chat. Of course, they even go into supporting Tina Turner in the 1980s and 1990s, part of her musical group, chat, and for his musical performance in The Lost Boys in 1987. And he stands out to you immediately. And fucking Corey Haim is just like, oh my God, he's amazing. And you have Michael. Michael's watching, having a good time, but he's not looking at greased up, oiled sax man, chat, saying, I believe. No. What has caught his attention, chat, is this individual we will soon known as Star. And she is gorgeous. And he's just fucking staring at her. He just can't help himself. Even when she looks back, he goes, he still goes back and look at her. And she's like, okay. And, she walks off. But he just wants to meet her so goddamn bad, Chad. It's his desire. It's his ultimate desire. But then later when he's like, look behind her, Chad, like creepily, following her, she fucking, she's going towards some guys. And those guys, Chat, those guys are Keith or Sullen. Those are the Lost Boys, Chat, the vampires, Chat, the goddamn vampires. And they go inside the cassette shop and they start messing with everything in there. And Max, he looks very peeved the fact that they're in the cassette shop, Chat. He's trying to talk to Mrs. Emerson, and he even takes Keith or Sullen aside. He's like, "Listen, I told you guys not to come in here, okay? Get out." And Keith Sullivan, he's like the kind of guy that gave the fat security guard lip. He gave all these other people, but he does not give this man lip, chat. Apparently, Max, he's got some sort of authority over Keith Sullivan. He's like, all right, man, fuck it. And they leave, shit. They leave. Eventually, while we were following Star and Michael chat Star, she hops on the back of Keith Sullivan's motorcycle, and fucking Michael's like, damn it, no, I want to talk to her. And, they fucking drive off. He's like, no, next time. Meanwhile, we cut to Corey Haim chat, who is done watching Greased Up Oiled Sax Man, and he has gone to the comic book store. She's gone to this just giant fucking comic book store with all the hundreds, if not thousands, of comics on goddamn display, chat. And apparently, he has caught the attention, chat, of the Frog Brothers, chat, which are Corey Feldman and Jason Newlander. And I love them because they take themselves so goddamn seriously, and they come off as some of the goofiest characters in the movies, where literally, you have Corey Haim is just like, hey, do you have Batman number 14? And Corey Feldman's like, there's only 4 of those in the world. Corey Haim's like, actually, there's 3. He's like, fair enough. Hey, do you want to know about vampires? It's like, immediately, Chad's like, not like, okay, after we talk about Batman, we talk about Superman. Let's get to talking about vampires. He goes, I don't know a lot. He said, read this comic book. And he's like, gives him this comic book. He's like, I'm not really into horror comics. He's like, you need to read this comic book to understand how dangerous the undead of the night are. Read it. It's very important. He goes, all right, shit. They're nuts. They are not subtle. They're like, no, you must be warned. Although Santa Clara has a high vampire population, Chad. In hindsight, it actually does. And while this is all going on, Chad, you see the guy with the fucking skunk hairdo? He fucking steals some comic books of his girls. And fucking, Corey Feldman and Jason Newland, they chase after him. They're like, hey, stab it. He goes, ah, and he fucking runs away. Meanwhile, we cut to a skunk boy and his girlfriend. The girlfriend, she just wants to read these comic books, and he just wants to have sex with her. But she's like, please, okay, I don't want to initiate the hot, sweaty sex right now. I'm currently reading Shazam with Billy Bastion. Please leave me the fuck alone. Thank you, Dr. 5 Days. Also, they'll talk about werewolves and ghouls. And they do. They do. They're obsessed with that shit. Although they are right. They are right. They're wrong about a few things, but they are right. The fact that, yeah, there's fucking monsters out there, and we got to fight them. But we got Skunk Boy trying to have sex with his girlfriend. She's just reading the latest issue of Shazam chat. But oh my God, they start hearing this. Or all this laughing chat. And we see from the perspective of the Lost Boys as they fucking tear off the roof of their car because they're out in the fucking middle of nowhere somewhere. And they go, ah, ah, and fucking Skunk Boy, he's fucking grabbed chat and he's ripped to shreds in midair. And the girl's like, ah, as her boyfriend's sweaty, bloodied, fleshy body falls upon her chat before she is also grabbed by the Lost Boys and is, fed upon, I imagine. Not great, chat. Not great. Eventually, we cut back to the home chat of the Emersons. Grandpa's acting weird and shit. He just does weird. He's like, hey, fucking Corey Haim, come with me to town. We're going to go do some errands. He goes, okay. And he opens this fucking, barn chat with this very pristine-looking car. He goes, Grandpa, this looks awesome. And he goes, thanks, get on in there. You got shotgun. And they start the fucking thing up, and, there's like, all right, Grandpa, let's go. He goes, nope. And he fucking takes the keys out of the car. He goes, are we going into town? He goes, this is me going into town. This is as close as I usually get to. And he just fucking walks away. And Corey Haim's like, why are you so fucking weird, Grandpa? You're crazy. Oh, Dark Side. The late thing of the 220 Minis. Appreciate that. But the only thing on goddamn, you have Michael's mind is Star Trek. He just wants to go back to that boardwalk and find that girl. Funny enough, Mrs. Emerson, chat, only thing on her mind right now is Max. And now she can finally, not only did she meet a man, chat, who apparently wants her affections as much as she wants his, this guy gave her a job at the video cassette store. And so she's really fucking excited about it. She can't wait to go down there and get on a good old date with him, chat. So everything seems to be working out for people. It's pretty good in Santa Clara for the Emersons right now, chat. But Michael, he's just concerned with getting to know this girl that he saw at the boardwalk, chat. And so Corey Haim, he spends the evening in. He's reading comic books, reading vampire comic books. Mom comes in, tucks him in. It's like she very much coddles the kids. She's a hovering mother, but like a nice mother. She's like a hippie mother, really. Hippie mother, and she treats her children like they're a lot younger, but they seem to be okay with it. It's kind of odd. And he's reading his fucking vampire comic book. She also has a dog named Noku. I think his name is Noku or something. Adorable Siberian Husky. Everyone loves good old Noku. And mom comes in, and, she's just saying, where's your brother? He went down the boardwalk. He's like, okay, but you guys got to tell me where you're going to go, especially when school season starts. It's true, because this takes place during the summer, chat. And Grandpa says, hey, how you doing? I just wanted to provide you with this stuffed woodchuck. May he guard your life for the difficult times to come. Bye, everybody. He leaves. He walks out of the scene. And the kid's just like, he's reading this horrific vampire comic book, chat, but the fucking woodchuck is just staring at him the whole time. He goes, I can't have this thing looking at me. He fucking takes it and put it in his closet, chat. He's like, I can't look at this anymore. Eventually, chat, we cut back to Michael. And he's bought himself, by the way, we're in Santa Clara, California, chat. It is 95 degrees of 100% humidity. And he goes, you know what I need right now? A leather jacket. And he goes to this fucking stand, and apparently they just sell fucking leather jackets off the rack. I don't think that's true. I think that's bullshit, chat. Some dead guy had that jacket on when they took it off his cadaver, chat. So he's wearing a cadaver-smelling, very worn leather jacket, chat. Although he'll fit in with the Lost Boys, no doubt about it. Shop work pays pretty, apparently, in the 1980s. Everyone loves the movie films, including fucking the Emersons. And so he's walking around, chat, and he's like, I gotta find this girl. But oh no, she finds him, chat. Almost as if she was hunting him, as if she caught his scent, which makes sense because he's wearing a cadaver leather jacket, chat, that still has the rotten meat of a transient. And so she's like, hey, how you doing? And he goes, oh, hi. I saw you the other day. She goes, I caught you looking. And they start bonding, chat. They start having a good time. They just want to hang out. He wants to smooch. She wants to smooch. It's going great for everybody. It's going great for everybody, chat. But the thing is, though, someone's also observing that, chat. Someone's also looking at them. And we see these guys just roll up because on these goddamn, very skeletal-looking motorcycles, what they did for the motorcycles to make the bikes look more demonic, they didn't add things to them actually at all. What they did is what they stripped off the shells, chat, like, the chassis, if you will, and just had them ride with all the innards exposed. It's kind of a cool look. And so to make him look more demonic as they rode up because, Michael and, Star, which is so funny because her name is Star. Is like, oh, are your parents hippies too? She goes, what do you mean? She goes, I was this close for being called Moonbeam by my mom. She goes, oh, it's pretty funny. But, he wants to take her out to get some food, chat, get some food. She's hungry too. Although not for human food, chat, for blood. She likes rare steak. I see what's going on here. But, Keith Sutherland, his boys, chat, Alex Winter, his boys, they ride up. And you're like, hey, Star, where you going? She goes, I'm just hanging out with my new friend, Michael. And he goes, oh, Michael, you want to hang out with Michael? Ooh. Star, come here. And she goes on Keith Sutherland's bike. And he's like, hey, man, hey. Why don't you come with us to the Bluff, okay? We can hang out. We can get to know each other. I saw you the other night. Let's hang out. And he goes, all right. I don't think I'll be able to beat you, compared to your motorcycle. He's got like a little dirt bike, chat, and Keith Sutherland, he has this fucking demonic bike from hell, and he's like, oh, listen, man, you don't got to beat me, you just got to keep up. And they fucking drive off, chat, as they go to the Seaside Bluff. And at one point, fucking Michael, it's beloved, because apparently Joe Schumacher said, okay, I need to buy every single smoke and smog machine in the Santa Cruz area. And he did show, chat, they provide those, and this whole bluff is coated in fog and smoke and smog, chat, the entire goddamn area. It's a little riding up there, but we constantly cut to the edge of the cliff, chat. Cut to the edge of the cliff. It's like, okay, when are these guys going to stop moving? Killer Sutherland's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to keep going until fucking Michael says, oh, he spins out, chat, because he's so fucking scared. He's going to fall off a goddamn cliff. And he gets so mad because fucking all the vampire boys, Les boys, are like, they just all laugh at him and shit. He goes, what the fuck, man? It was me. He starts like, stop doing this, Keith Sutherland. Stop it, Dave. And he goes, oh, come on. Michael. They say his name so many goddamn times in this movie. It's amazing. It's the most used word in the film, chat. They're like, come on, let's just go. Hey now, let's go. Hey now, let's show you our abode. And he's like, all right. And so they take him down the bottle of the bluff, chat. in the bowels of the bluff, where apparently it's where a hotel fell inside this giant crevasse, chat. And he, fucking Keith Sutherland goes on about how, oh yeah, there was this massive earthquake that, took place in 1903. The place was constantly under construction, repair until finally, there was an even bigger one, magnitude of like 7.6 on the Richter scale, baby. Fell right through here, and so many people died. They say their bodies are still here to this day. Anyway, who wants food? Who wants food? And so he sends out Alex Winters to go get some food, and he brings back some Chinese, and he's like, oh yeah, fucking Chinese food. Woo! They're all very excited about they're like literally wooing as they're getting thrown Chinese food, chat, in little cartons, little containers. And he goes, here, Michael, don't you want something? And he goes, no, I'm good. And he goes, oh, come on, man. You want rice? Everyone loves rice. Have some rice. And he gives him some rice. And Michael's like, all right, I like rice. And he starts eating the rice and everything. He goes, and they all start laughing. And he's like, how's that maggots taste, man? He goes, well, what are you talking about? He's like, the maggots that you're eating. And he looks down, and he's eating fucking maggots. He goes, he goes, and he vomits everywhere. And she goes, they're all laughing at him and shit. And he goes, he's like, what's wrong, man? What's wrong? This is a joke, man. This is rice. It's rice. He looks back at the rice shit, and it's just rice again. So fucking goddamn Keith Sutherland, chat, he's messing with him. He's able to cast illusions. Some vampires, chat, have the ability to cast illusions on unwilling victims, chat. That's what it is. And so he goes, man, don't worry about it here. It's okay. It's just rice, man. It's just rice. Have some noodles. Have some chow mein noodles. Thank you, Dark Chiller 5 Minutes. You don't like rice? Tell me, Michael. How could a billion... That's right. That's the line. Tell me, Michael, how could a billion Chinese people be wrong? That's amazing. I love that. That's a hell of a line. And so he goes, oh, don't worry about it, Michael. Here, have some noodles. And he fucking looks at the noodles, and there's all fucking worms. He goes, vomit, vomit, vomit. He goes, why you throwing my noodles on the ground? I mean, he takes the noodles, he starts eating them. He goes, and Star's like, stop doing this to him, David. Stop it. And he goes, we're just messing. We're just having a good time. He's like, Michael, you could be one of us, man. You could be one of us. Hey, let's have a fucking drink. Let's have a drink. And they bring this giant, like, ornate bottle, chat, with this red liquid in there. And he's like, Michael, here. You're our guest. You're the guest of honor. Take a sip, my friend. Take a sip. And he goes, okay. And he takes the bottle and goes, yeah. And he chugs it, like, without question. He goes, all right, and just chugs it. And starts like, oh no. And everyone's like, everyone starts laughing. Everyone starts dancing and things. He's like, hey, let's go hang out by the train here. Let's go hang out by the train tracks. And they're going, okay. And so they go to this fucking bridge, chat. They put their motorcycles on the side of the bridge and everything, and they're hanging out there. And they're okay, all right, Michael, it's time. See you later. And one by one, each of the Lost Boys chat just starts jumping down like off of this bridge, just going, woo! And he's like, holy shit, that guy just jumped. He goes, Michael, it's okay. Join us, Michael. And fucking Kid the Sutherland, he's the last one to drop down the mist. The fog machines that, Joel Schumacher bought, chat. All the fog machines, it covered all them up as they fell. And they're like, until eventually, Michael, join us, Michael, join us. He's like, oh, okay. And he drops down, shit. He goes, until he grabs the bar at the last second that's above his head. They all like, and they're all fucking right there, chat. They're all laughing, all holding on to the fucking bars. It's like, isn't this wild, Michael? You having a great time? Also, I forgot to mention, chat. At their vampire, we don't know they're vampires yet, but at their abode, at their, bluff bowels of the hotel abode, we also see a little boy. A little boy, Chad, who's always nestled, like, in Star's arms. Like, is that her son? Like, who is that? But he's always there, too, Chad, always there with him. But eventually, we're at the bridge. They're all holding on to it. But now, fuck, you hear a choo-choo hype train coming, Chad. Hype train is a-coming. And it's a chugging, Chad. And fucking Michael's just like, I'm a little concerned about this. And you're like, oh, it's okay, Michael. Who wants to live forever? As the train, like, goes right overhead. And they're like, oh, no, I can't hang on. And they start letting go one by one. And Michael's like, holy shit. He's like, come on, Michael, join us. And he fucking lets go. And Michael's like, I can't. And he finally lets go. And then, boom, ends up back in his bedroom. He goes, what the fuck? He's like, he comes to, and he's like, oh, his head is pounding, chat. the sunlight is like he could see the sunlight coming through his blinds. He goes, oh Jesus. And then Corey Haim comes in. He goes, wake up, Michael. And he goes, says, oh, let's get some sun in here. And he fucking opens his blind. He goes, ah. And he's like, what's wrong? He's like, give me my sunglasses. He's like, all right, fucking here you go. Sunglasses inside, cool guy. All right, fair enough. And he puts the sunglasses on. And he goes, he's like, Mom wants to talk to you. He goes, what? Mom wants to talk to you. Brings him the phone check because it's a corded phone because it's 1987. There wasn't a thing as cordless phones unless you had those giant radioactive bricks, like those cell phones and like limos and shit. Puts the phone right there, and she's like, Michael, are you there? And he's like, hi, Mom, how you doing? She's like, have you been sleeping? It's 2 p.m. He goes, nope, been up. She goes, okay, well, listen, I'm going to be going on a date with Max today, and I wanted to ask you to watch your brother, Corey Haim. And he's like, first of all, Corey Haim looks like he's 17 years old, but okay. Sure, fine. He goes, Mom, he can take care of himself. And Corey Haim's like, Mom, I can take care of myself. I can do plenty of fun things by myself. And but the mom is like concerned, chat for her kids, of course, the divorce and everything. High tension. She goes, listen, Michael, I would just really appreciate it. Like, you were out last night and I haven't been out and I never had a guy ask me out in some time. Could you just please do this for me? And he's like, okay, I will, Mom. And like, he's very nice about it. And she goes, thank you so much. Thank you. And, she hangs up and then it's later that evening, chats, later that evening. That's the next thing. Before that, during the day, Corey Haim goes back to the comic shop and sees the Frog Brothers. And they go, hey, how you doing? He goes, hi. He's like, did you read the comic book? And he goes, yes, I did. He's like, here's the other one, okay? Vampires live in Santa Clara. It's very dangerous. Okay? It's like, pray that our phone number is, apparently they wrote it. He's like, pray that you don't have to call us, okay? But if you see vampires, oh, serious business. Pray you don't have to call us. And he goes, don't worry. I'll pray that I'll never have to call you ever, which I love that. Being so goddamn facetious. I thought he was so attractive in this movie. Michael, he's hot as hell. Michael's hot as hell. There's no doubt about it, Chad. No doubt about it. But then it's later that evening, Chad, and Grandpa, he's got a hot goddamn date, Chad. Apparently a widow, Chad, her husband recently died, and he's going to bring her a stuffed woodchuck. That's what he's so goddamn excited about, Chad. And he's going out. But Michael and Corey Haim, they're going to stay inside, chat. That's the plan for tonight. That's what they plan on doing. The thing is, Michael's just starts to act so goddamn weird. He's more ornery, Chad. He's a little ruder all of a sudden. He doesn't like the light so much. Likes to be in dark places and things. Just kind of acting like an asshole and things. Even Corey Haim is noticing this. And all of a sudden, you hear them outside, Chad. And you see these fucking motorcycles start rolling up. You see these goddamn motorcycles start rolling up. It's like, what the hell is going on? It's like, is this the Lost Boys and their biker gang? They're riding their bikes all around the property, Grandpa's property and shit. They're just laughing. Then boom, it ends as soon as it started, chat. And Corey Haim's like, what the fuck was that? And he goes, don't worry about it. And he goes, I am a little worried about it. He's like, don't worry about it. Go take your bath, Corey Haim. And Corey Haim's like, okay. And he goes upstairs, Chad, to take his bath. Devin the Frog Bro is one of the greatest vampires. They are very good. A little incompetent at first, but they are good. At least they were aware of the vampires in Santa Clara. Although, honestly, by the end of the movie, who isn't aware? So, we see Corey Haim. He's fucking sudsing himself up, chat, washing his hair, sudsing up his body, having a great goddamn time, right? Meanwhile, Michael, he's like, well, you know what a growing boy needs? Milk. And he goes to the fridge to grab a milk, chat. By the way, on the carton, we see the little boy, chat, who was in the cave. His name was Laddie or something like that. It was the Lost Boy, chat. So he's been missing for quite some time. Oh, my God. He's like, I'm going to have some milk. Then he drinks a little bit, chat. He goes, no! It's like the milk has gone bad, chat, and he has the bubbly guts. He goes, my tummy. And the milk falls on the ground, all crushes. He goes, I must feed. He needs to feed, Chad. He needs to feed. And you know what he's hungry for, Chad? You know what he's craving? Corey Haim, Chad. That sudsed up, soapy Corey Haim. Oh, that's the thing he needs right now. That's what he's craving. And so he goes towards the stairs, Chad. He's slowly climbing up them, Chad. Meanwhile, Noku, the dog, the Siberian Husky, he's in the bathroom with Corey Haim. Corey Haim's just listening to the radio, having a good time, washing himself. But the dog's like, yeah, I think there's a vampire in the house. I hear something weird. And eventually, goddamn, when Corey Haim's like, oh, now it's time to rinse the hair. He dives into the water, chat, clean out. And fucking Michael, he opens the door because he wants some of that Corey Haim ass. And Noku's like, you're not hurting my boy. And he fucking jumps. He fucking jumps and Michael goes, oh! And they fall down the goddamn stairs and the door slams shut. And Corey Haim, he comes up from the water and goes, what was that? And he puts a towel around himself, and he starts walking out. And he he peeks down the stairs and he goes, Michael? Michael, are you there? And he goes down. And we see Noku just going, not towards Corey Haim, but towards Michael. We see Michael, he goes, and fucking the dog is like bit his goddamn handshake. It's like, ooh, it's really fucked up and gross. He goes, oh my God, it hurts. He goes, what happened? What'd you do to my dog? He said, what did I do? He fucking bit me, man. He bit me. He goes, he wouldn't bite you unless you were trying to do something weird to me, which was true. He was going to drink your blood. He wanted the soapy, sudsy body chat of Corey Haim. And he's like, just get away from me, Corey Haim. Get away from me. I don't want to hurt you. And he goes, oh, wait a minute. Oh my God. He goes, look at your reflection. And he goes, what? And he turns around. And we see that he's almost become translucent. The dog, evil. That's what the dog's saying, basically. But they turns around, looks at the mirror, chat, and he's almost translucent, chat. Like he's kind of like half human, half vampire at this point. And Corey Haim's like, oh my God, you're a vampire. My brother's a shit suck. I love it says blood sucking. He says, my brother's a shit sucking vampire. Get away from me, Michael. He goes, wait, Corey Haim, it's okay. He goes, get away from me. And he goes up the goddamn stairs because he's so fucking freaked out. He's like, I gotta call my mom. That's what you do, Chad. When your brother Michael is turning into a vampire, you gotta call mom. And so he gets on the phone, Chad, knows the number of the restaurant because, as we all know, fucking Mrs. Emerson's gonna have a hot, sweaty, sexy date with Max, the video cassette store owner. That's a good get, ladies. That's a good get. And so he calls the restaurant. She's like, Mom, oh, it's crazy. Michael's a vampire. She goes, what the fuck are you talking about? I just want to go on a date. And while this is all happening, Chad, we cut to Michael, and he was like, I'm going to take a nap. And he takes a nap, Chad, but then he fucking comes to, and he's floating above his bed, Chad. He's like on the wall. He goes, he doesn't have control of his vampire powers, Chad. And so as he's like dragging himself around, like he almost like falls upward. It was a really cool effect. He falls like upward out of the house. Like out of the window, and he's like literally holding on to the house itself so it doesn't keep floating above. And he's like, he's crawling the side of the house, chat, like making sure not to let go until eventually he grabs the phone because he hears Corey Haim say, Mom, come home. Michael's trying to bite me. And he goes, everything's okay, Mom, everything's okay. And she's like, I don't think things are okay right now. And Corey Haim's like, Mom, help me, Mom. And fucking, Michael's trying to like, stop it, Corey Haim, stop it. And Mom, she just fucking takes off running. She takes off running because she cares about her kids. She doesn't know what the hell's going on. Grandpa might have finally lost it, chat. He could have been just waiting, biding his time, chat, like during taxidermy on various animals. But now he's like, I have humans. I can make taxidermist human sculptures. That's what he's always wanted, chat. Thank you, Matthew the 5 Base Fry Face. Can't tell if Chris is talking about vampires or vampires. Thank you, Bat Shields. And so she fucking runs home, chat. Meanwhile, Max, she's like, where are you going? He sees her running back to her car. Eventually, she drives all the way home. And Michael's just like, I hate you, Corey Haim. I gotta leave. And he fucking leaves. She takes off. But Corey Haim's like, Michael. He feels bad because that's his brother, but he's a vampire at the same time. So he's like, it's complicated. He just basically says, listen, can you please just not tell Mom I'm a vampire? And he's like, fine, okay, I won't tell her. He's like, we're brothers, Corey Haim. He's like, I know we're brothers, okay? Just don't hurt Noku and don't hurt me. Don't turn me into a shit-sucking vampire. He's like, I don't suck shit. He goes, I know, but you never know. I don't know what you could be. He goes, all right, I got to go find Star. She'll explain all this. And Mom, she eventually comes home, chat. She eventually comes home, and she's like, what's happened? What's wrong? And he goes, I'm sorry, Mom. I just got really scared. I read a comic book. She goes, you flipped the fuck out because you read a comic book? She goes, it was a really scary comic book. She goes, what is wrong with you? What's wrong? This is the first time I've gotten on a date in years, and I feel sorry for the mom, I feel sorry for the poor mom. It's like I stood Max up. I didn't even say hello to him by the time I ran out the goddamn restaurant. She goes, oh, my God. Who fucking spills milk on the goddamn floor? She takes up the card, and chats where we see the face of the kid who else in the cave. Meanwhile, we cut to Michael, chat. He goes to the seaside bluff, goddamn Keith Sutherland. Oh, the Lost Boys, they're gone at the moment, chat. But he goes in there and he sees Star, and he goes, Star, what's wrong with me? What am I turning into? She goes, you know what you're turning into. He goes, am I a vampire? No, let's have sex. And so they're like, hey, we might be like half vampires, but let's have hot, sweaty sex, like undead vampire sex. Apparently, it's great. Thank you, Dark Saber the 5 minutes. I would have come up with a better excuse, like, there was a robber in the house. That's what they should have done. He's like, I read a comic book. Stupid. So goddamn stupid. And then I looked up Corey Haim, god damn. Oh, and that was, yeah, I'm sure. Oh, he had his eyes on Rob Lowe, though, Larry Miguel. I'm sorry. Rob Lowe was the center of his affections. But he has hot, sweaty vampire sex with Star Chad. They're like, they're biting each other and things. It's very hot, very sexy. Have a cool dream sequence and everything, Chad. Like good times at the abode of the Lost Boys, Chad. Eventually he comes to, and he's just like, man, this thing is just fucking going nuts. It's going crazy. I got to get out of here. I have to leave. And he leaves for the evening, chat. Meanwhile, we cut to Max. Chat. Max looks so sad. He's going. Apparently, he can afford a lot of a property, chat, being the owner of a video cassette store, because he has this fucking great looking house right on the seaside of Santa Clara, chat. And he's just walking home, and he's sad and everything. Oh well. But then, chat, we see the fucking Lost Boys, their motorcycles, they show up behind him. They start flashing all their lights and going, woo! He's like, oh no. It's like, oh man, is Max gonna get killed, chat? Is that what's gonna happen now? We shall see. But later, we cut to the morning chat to Max's residence, and apparently Mrs. Emerson and Corey Haim, they're there because the reason why she's there, chat, because she wants to apologize to Max. She says, you should be doing the one apologizing, Corey Haim. He goes, I'm sorry, Mom, I'm sorry. She goes, whatever. That's why I bought him this expensive bottle of wine. That's where my first paycheck went to. And she crosses over his house, Chad, he has like this rampway. He has this like rampway, and she opens this door, and she's going down and everything. And then she sees this dog, Chad, who she met before. His name is Tor. That's I like Max's dog. He's usually at the cassette video store. And she's like, oh, hi, Tor. He's like, I don't know you, bitch. Arr, 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 arr. And he just starts barking at her. She just barking. She goes, what's wrong, Tor? What's wrong? She goes, arr. And he just fucking goes after her, Chad, just chases him. She's like, oh, my God. And she just starts, running away. And she's like, Corey Haim, start the car. And he's like, what's wrong, Mom? And he's like, the dog. And the dog is just like almost on top of her, Chad. She's just fucking running. She's just booking it. She is Tom Cruise running down this goddamn path, chat. Eventually, she throws her body over it, chat, and the fucking dog gets a hold of her dress, shit, just tearing at it and shit. She goes, oh Jesus! And then Corey Haim gets out of the car finally to help his mom. Starts stabbing the dog with a wine bottle. The dog eventually lets go, and he's still trying to get him. He's like, let's get the fuck out of here. And they pile inside the fucking car, chat, and they take off. Meanwhile, Corey Haim, he goes to the boardwalk and he says, hey, Frog Brothers, by the way, my brother's a vampire. He goes, easy. No, we know, man. We know. We figured, there are vampires around here. Okay, here's the thing. You got to kill your brother. He's like, I don't want to kill my brother. It's like, that's the only way, man. You got to plug him. You got to plug him with the stake. Boom, right in the heart. He's like, I can't do that. And Corey Haim's like, all right, fair enough. Or Feldman's like, fair enough. Listen, there are other ways that you can defeat a vampire, and that is to kill the master vampire, head of a pack, okay? If you kill him, it eliminates the vampirism from everybody's body. Sure. He's like, is there a guy, do you know of someone who could possibly be the head of this vampire pack? And Corey Haim's like, you know what? My mom's trying to date this guy, Max. I think it's Max. He read some shit, chat, where after he went back to the house, and he saw the dog resembled a hellhound, which apparently protect vampires during the day. And he says, I've never seen Max out during the day. I've only seen him at night on the boardwalk. And, Corey Haim and Jason Newland are like, vampire, that's how we got to fucking do it. Let's do it. And he goes, well, how do we do this? Well, we got to do a test, okay? So we got to get some garlic. We got to get some holy water. we got to get some other accoutrements. We got to get steaks. He's like, I don't know if we should stab my mother's boyfriend. He goes, fair point. We'll try to use the other stuff, chat. So they're putting their plan in motion to see if Max is the vampire king daddy, chat. King daddy vampire. Meanwhile, Michael is not doing great, chat. His body is changing, chat. He's arguing with his mom. Mom tries to talk to him. He's like, I want to talk to you, Mom. She goes, but I thought we were friends. She goes, we are friends. He just can't talk to you. So it's complicated, chat. He wants to have sex with Star more. It's not going great. It's that evening. Apparently, Mrs. Emerson, she's organized another date, a stay-at-home date with Max, chat. He's going to come to dinner. He's going to have some pasta, chat, have a good family Italian meal, chat. Quintessential American Italian cuisine. Can't wait for it. The thing is, little Corey... Haim, he's invited Corey Feldman and Jason Newland to also eat with them. She goes, oh, you have guests. Well, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. She just wanted a quiet time with Max chat, but what are you going to do? Eventually, Michael, he's about to leave. He's like, I got to go. She's like, but I want you to meet my boyfriend. He's just like, I don't want to meet him. I got to get going. I want to have sex with my vampire girlfriend. He opens the door, and who does he see, chat? Max. And he goes, oh, you must be Michael. And, he puts out his hand like to shake his hand. Michael goes, ugh. You want to shake your hand? He goes, all right, well, you are the man of the house, so may I come in? Would you invite me in? And he goes, you're invited. He goes, thank you. And he steps across the threshold, chats. And fucking Corey Haim and Feldman and the Jason Newland, they observe this, chat. They observe this and go, vampire. As we all know, chat, vampires cannot go into a human abode without being invited in. If they're invited in, then all bets are fucking off. It's like, there you go, okay? That's fucking sign number one that he is the vampire king daddy. That's a problem. And so Michael, he leaves. And everyone situates themselves around the table. Goddamn Corey Haim and fucking, Corey Feldman, the Corey's chat. Jason Newlander just acting weird, talking to Max and, Max is flirting with Mrs. Emerson, having a good time. But Corey Haim's like, here, okay, we observed that, but now we got to test him. He's like, okay, initiate plan number one. He goes, excuse me, Max, I see you are enjoying my mom's pasta right now. He goes, it is quite good pasta, yes. He goes, would you like some fresh Parmesan? I just grated. He goes, I love Parmesan cheese. Like, here you go. But it's not Parmesan cheese, Chad. No, it's garlic. It's minced garlic. And he starts putting heaping fucking spoonfuls on his goddamn pasta, Chad. He's like, oh, this is excellent. He twirls it up, Chad. He starts choking. It's like vampire. He goes, he's like, you must be a vampire because you hate garlic. He goes, what? No, I mean, I love garlic. It's just, there's a lot of garlic. It's raw garlic. It's a lot. It's a little overwhelming. And they go, oh shit. He's like, well, here, you should wash that down. And like they bless the water earlier, chat, making a holy water, and they throw in his lap. And he goes, oh my god. And they're like, Miss Emerson's like, what the fuck are you doing? What's wrong with you guys? And they go, oh shit. Turn off the lights. And they turn off the lights, chat. And they turn off the lights and everything. And I'm like, what the fuck happened? Corey Haim's like, oh, don't worry, Mom, a circuit broke. That's okay. We'll go to the fuse box. And they turn the lights on, and they have this giant mirror in front of Max, and his reflection appears in it. And he's like, oh, he scares himself a little bit. And they're like, whoa, what the hell's going on? And like, oh, I guess we were wrong, guys. I guess that's the problem. And Mrs. Emerson is fucking pissed off at this point. She's like, what the fuck is wrong with you three? What are you doing? And Max goes, I know what's happening. And they go like, you do? He goes, yes. Max, listen, I'm not here to replace your dad, okay? I just want to be your friend. I want to get to know your mom. I like your mom, but I know when I'm not wanted. And he starts to leave. And Miss Emerson's like, you little fucking shit ruined a night of hot, sweaty mom sex for me. You're grounded. She's very upset. She wants the mom sex. And she goes after Max. And, she goes, I'm so sorry. She goes, listen, kids, this is how they are nowadays. This is what happens when you don't have a proper father figure in the home. She goes, I know, you must be right. You must be right being a man and all. And he goes, I know I'm right. I am a man. And he goes, and a little smooch. He goes, oh, okay. And she smooches him, Chet. She smooches him. He goes, how about this? Tomorrow night, you come to my place, all right? I'll make you a nice halibut, nice fish dinner, all right? We'll enjoy ourselves. No kids to bother us, just you and me. She goes, that sounds lovely. And he leaves, Chet. He leaves. Meanwhile, we cut to Michael Chad, he goes back to the abode of the Lost Boys, Chad, trying to find Star, but Star is not there, Chad. Star's not there. Neither is the little kid named Laddie. Where the fuck? But you know who is there, Chad? Kiefer Sutherland, Alex Winter, the Lost Boys. And they're like, Michael, how you doing? He goes, where's Star? He's like, oh, don't worry, Michael, you'll see Star again. But you gotta follow us, man. We gotta show you something, Michael. You want to be one of us now, don't you? He goes, I know what you've made me. I know what you've made me. He's like, oh, you have no idea. And they go to this spot. And that's where they're hanging out in the observing chat. And this is hilarious. So I never realized like what was actually going down. This little beach party, apparently. Like, oh, they just killed some surfers. No, chat. These are Nazi surfers. They have fucking swastikas and shit on them. So you don't give a fuck what happens to them next. And keep this up as you see those goddamn racist fucks. Like, we may be vampires, Michael, okay? But we're not racist, okay? We don't have a problem with Jews. We don't think we're the superior race, okay? I mean, I guess technically we kind of are. We're vampires, so the humans are our food. But we're not racist about it. Okay, I'm not eating humans just because, you know, because I think, you know, because I'm better than them. I'm just eating them because they fucking taste good, all right? And so we're fucking vampires. And they transform into vampire shit. By the way, you know what the inspired Joss Whedon for Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel Chat, like the designs for the vampires was the Lost Boys chat, like how they go from human to like slightly like monstrous features on their face, like a lack of eyebrows and like a bigger brow and things and more accentuated features was this movie. And so hey, if you're a Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan or Angel fan chat, you gotta thank the Lost Boys. You gotta put respect on that name. And so they go down there, chat, and they start feasting upon all the Nazi surfers, chat, just fucking every single one of them up. Michael's just like, he becomes more vampiric too, chat. He transforms, he gets more vampiric features. Like, join us, Michael. Joyce is like, no. He doesn't want to do it, chat. He just cannot bring himself to do it. And he falls on the ground. He's like, it's inevitable, Michael. It's inevitable. It's like, no, I'll never let you do it. I can't do it. And then he fucking runs off. He runs off, and he goes back home late at night. Corey Haim, he's up into the all night long, waiting for his brother to come. Eventually, brother just shows up in his room and goes, And he goes, Corey Haim, I need your help. You need to help me. He goes, okay, I'll help you. All right, I know some guys who know about vampires. We can defeat them. He's like, yes. Excellent. Now who fucking shows up behind him, chat? Star. Apparently, she was hiding with fucking Laddie. And she wanted to talk to Michael. And because Michael, he has some questions for Star because he was distracted when they had hot, sweaty vampire sex. And he's like, Star, what the fuck is going on? She goes, you're a vampire, bro. And he goes, oh my God, why? So that wasn't wine I drank that one day. That was fucking Kiefer Sutherland's blood. She goes, yup. And so now I'm one of his thralls. She goes, yup. He goes, oh, I hate you, Star. She goes, don't yell at me. And she fucking leaves. And he goes, wait, Star, damn it. And I wanted vampire sex, but no vampire sex for you, Michael. You yelled at Star. And he goes, listen, you got to get the Frog Brothers together. We got to go help Star and her little possibly son, maybe adopted son. And he goes, oh, you just sticking with your dick, Michael? He goes, goddamn right I am. You saw what she looked like? Hell yeah, I am. He goes, all right, fair enough. And so they get the Frog Brothers, chat. And the Frog Brothers, okay, we're going to the abode of the vampires, the Lost Boys. We need some shit. Steaks, check. They go to a fucking church. This is hilarious shit. They go to a church while fucking baptism is going on. Like, excuse me, Padre. And they start filling up these giant casks of holy water. People are just like, oh my God. They got all these holy water shit. They got garlic on. Sounds good. And they're like, okay, we're fucking ready to go and kick some Lost Boy ass, chat. They go back to the home of Grandpa, chat. Grandpa putting all these, just sharpening all these steaks for some reason, chat. It's like, why is Grandpa sharpening steaks? You'll soon know. And you have Corey Haim and Michael. They steal his car. He's like, I hope you don't mind, Grandpa. We took your car. We'll bring it back later. Bye. And Grandpa's like, I don't care. And they go to the bluff side, seaside thing there, chat, and it's daylight. And so the Lost Boys shouldn't attack them, right? So they go inside, they find Star, but she's like sleeping because during the day, vampires get really sleepy during the day, chat. They can't be exposed to sun, they get weakened. They find Laddie and they take them. He's like, I'm going to take them. And Michael grabs Star while he also grabs the other kid too. Takes him out there, chat, but the sunlight's exhausting. Thankfully, it's not hurting him, but it just saps his strength until he fucking passes out in the car. Meanwhile, Corey Feldman and Jason Newlander and fucking Corey Haim are like, we need to kill vampires. And so they go deeper into the bowels of the abode, chat, until they come to this one area. and it smells like shit. Smells absolutely awful shit. Smells of the undead. And they look up and they see, like, they're looking for caskets or coffins, chap. They're like, wait a minute, they're vampires, right? They're bats. And they look up and go, oh! And we see them hanging upside down, chap, via their feet, chap. And so, like, okay, we just got to climb up there and we got to start staking them. And so they're like, let's go for the little one first. The little one, of course, is Alex Winter's, chat, which is the Bill from Bill and Ted. And so they go up there, chat. They go, okay, 1, 2, 3, and you go boom right into Alex Winter, chat. He goes, it just kind of explodes like this viscera, chat, this clear, gooey viscera. He goes, because it went right through him, chat. They go, and this Alex Winter's just vomiting this disgusting like petroleum jelly type substance like all over them, chat, like over Corey Haim and Feldman and Jason Newland. They're like, oh, fucking Jesus! They all fall down, and Keith Sutherland's like, what the fuck? You guys are dead meat. You're dead, and then he chases after him, chat. They got the fuck out of there, R.I.P. Bill. Right, poor Vampire Bill, Jeff. Poor Vampire Bill. Didn't deserve it. I mean, did. Killed a lot of innocent people. There's no doubt about that, Jeff. Man, he went out. He went out like a champ, chap. But they're fucking trying to crawl the goddamn abode. Thing is, the fucking Kid Sutherland grabs the meaty thigh, chat, the meaty thigh of Corey Haim. He's like, I gotcha. And he's like, they're all fucking freaking out. They start stabbing him in the hand, like, no. Eventually, till he's, they're pulling him so far that his hand is exposed to sunlight, chat, and it burns. He goes, in a burst into flame. He goes, we're gonna fucking get you. You just gotta wait. They gotta wait a little bit, chat. And so they go back to the car at this point. Michael says, fucking Michael just passed out, and they get the hell out of there. So it's like, okay, shit. This did not work out. We have to play defensive. We attack them on their territory. They're going to be too wise to us. We have to hit them on familiar ground. And so we got to prep. And so they go back to the house, and they start laying out all these traps, shit, all over the goddamn place. Start sharpening goddamn arrows and shit. Getting all these bows and arrows placed everywhere. They fill the tub up with holy water and garlic, chat. And like, okay, this is good. We got this ready. Also, they have some like more like traps and things, like little explosions and everything, just to alert them when they finally come inside the house. And they're like, okay, we are fucking ready. Meanwhile, they're trying to isolate Star and Laddie, chat. The thing is, they need to feed, so they're getting more vampiric as the day goes on. But they're all there fucking waiting for Keith Sutherland and his lost boys to get there, chat. Meanwhile, we cut back to Max, Chad, and Mrs. Emerson. They're having a lovely, lovely meal, enjoying themselves. Also, in the previous scene, Corey Haim says, hey, Mom, I think they're like vampires in Santa Clara. She goes, just shut the fuck up. Let me get some dinner and let me sleep with this guy. He goes, there's vampires. I swear to God, Mom. Also, they send out Grandpa, like, hey, Grandpa, that one widow, she wants to have sex with you. He goes, I'm on it. And he fucking leaves Chet to have hot, sweaty, old lady widow sex. And he goes there. Meanwhile, they're just waiting at the place. But the thing is, they hear this barking outside, this and it's Noku, Chad. Noku, he's tied up outside. And Corey Haim's like, no, I killed him to get Noku. And he goes outside, Chad. He's like, right? He's like, no, Corey Haim, no, fuck the dog, man. Leave the dog. He's like, no, Noku is loyal to me. I love Noku. He goes out there, Chad. But then we see from the perspective of the Lost Boys, that camera coming for him. He's like, I'm going to get that fucking dog. I'm going to get that Corey Haim. I want those thick Corey Haim thighs. He's coming right towards him, chat. Eventually, Michael runs out there. He helps him by time Noku, and like Keith Sutherland's right behind that ass. He's like, he's just about to bite the supple round ass cheeks, chat, of Michael, but hits the fucking door, chat. Denied the supple round ass cheeks. And now they're just inside, and they're like trying to assess the situation at this point. But fucking shit! The one place they didn't think to assess, chat, was the fucking chimney, and all the goddamn vampires start flying down there, chat, and go boom! It's a massive fucking explosion, chat. Takes out part of the fireplace. Oh my god, looks like it's a mess. And one of the vampires, chat, one of the sexy vampires, starts chasing Corey Feldman, Jason Newlander, and Star and Laddie around the fucking house till they go upstairs. Shit, they're running around. Star and Laddie, they go through one goddamn door, and eventually the Frog Brothers, they confront the one vampire inside the bathroom, chat. And, they grab these, like, little squirt guns that are filled with holy water, and they start spraying him in the face. He goes, like it's burning him alive and shit. And he turns around and it's like, that's nothing. But the little does he know, chat, that fucking Noku is also in the house. And Noku goes, I know you, motherfucker. And he jumps at him, chat, and pushes him using his dog hands, chat, his dog paws, into the tub filled with garlic and holy water, chat, and slowly melts. Oh, it's fucked up, too. Remember the scene from The Blob, chat, when that kid goes, ah, he's all fucked up? Similar to this very sexy vampire man, chat, as he's melting. And he tries to grab, like, Jason Newlander and Corey Feldman shit, but he can't yet because he's all melting gooey. And apparently, he's got like a lot of stuff inside of him, chat, and destroys the pipes of the house. So the sink downstairs and like the bathroom downstairs and everywhere just starts exploding, filled with the blood, viscera, and bone marrow and intestines of the vampire, chat, just exploding the piping inside the house, chat. Just can't contain. Got too much sexy Lost Boy in there, chat, and he's dead. Meanwhile, we see Corey Haim, chat, Corey Haim, and he's being chased by one of the other vampires, chat, but he has a goddamn bow and arrow, and he watched all the Hunger Games movie, goes, bah, and he gets in the bow and arrow, chat, boom, right in the fucking chest. He keels over, appearing to be dead, and Corey Haim, he goes over to him, he goes, ah, he's like, you can't kill me on the fire, and he tries to get him, chat, he goes, I have another arrow, and goes, and he fires the chat, and it goes right through his body, and hits him to the stereo, like pins him to the stereo, chat, which then starts to electrocute him. Goes, ah! And he starts exploding, chat, like the electricity starts exploding his vampire body. So his arms shoot off, his legs shoot off, and then until his head just pops right off his fucking body. And it's like, killed him with stereo. Yeah! Hell yeah, he did, chat. Kill him with the boombox. He falls over, but there is still one last vampire. Oh, that's the thing. Michael says, because fucking Kiefer Sutherland, he arrives. He's like, he's the last of the vampires, chat. And, you know, Michael's just like, Corey Haim, run away. I'll fight off goddamn Kiefer Sutherland. And Corey Haim, he goes upstairs to the Frog Brothers who are in the room, and they're like, we just fucking melted this one vamp. And they're like, good job. But little do they know, chat, that laddie, he's becoming more and more vampiric. And he just fucking explodes out of the bed, just going, ah! And he's trying to bite with him. Just wants to chew on one of the Corey Shedd or Jason Newlander. And he's run all the goddamn place. Eventually, he kind of goes in the corner and is like, and they're about to stab him, but then Star shows up. She's like, don't fucking stab him, okay? He doesn't know what he's doing, okay? He's just a little boy. He goes, he's like, yeah, sure, he's just a little boy, okay. Meanwhile, they cut downstairs. Kiefer Sutherland and Michael, they are embroiled with a duel, chat. They're dueling each other, flying in midair, slashing each other. And it's like, Michael, don't you want to fucking live forever, man? It's like, I'm inside of you. I'm like, the little line is, I'm inside of you, Michael. My blood is inside of you. He goes, yes, it is, but I also have my blood inside of me. And he grabs Kiefer Sutherland, chat, and he throws him across the room and impales him on these antlers, chat, of this deer. He goes, go! And he dies. Chat. He doesn't really melt, he just dies right there. It goes, holy shit. And Michael, he runs off to another corner of the house. Meanwhile, the Frog Brothers and Star and Laddie and everyone else, they all come downstairs, chat, and they see the dead body. They see the dead body of Kiefer Sutherland. Like, oh my God, yes. But then they're like, where's Michael? But then fucking Michael grabs Star, and we still see that he has vampiric features. He's like, don't show them to me. I don't want them to see me like this. He goes, oh my God. He wasn't the leader of the vampires yet. He wasn't the master. He wasn't the thick vampire king daddy. Then who is the thick vampire king daddy, chat? And then who fucking opens the goddamn door? Max and Mrs. Emerson, they walk in and they're like, Mom. She's like, what the fuck happened? Why are so many dead teenagers in my house? And he's like, Mom, you understand they're fucking vampires. And Max, he just goes past all of them, chat, and he goes and looks upon the dead body, chat, of Kiefer Sutherland. He goes, oh, my son. He goes, wait a minute, what? And he turns around, he goes, yes. There are vampires in Santa Clara. And they're like, you're the fucking leader of the vampires? He goes, indeed. People are like, wait a minute, it doesn't make any sense. The garlic, the holy water, the reflection. He goes, so new rule introduced. When you invite me inside your home, none of that stuff affects me. And so, yeah, and he turns into a vampire, chat. Max is the vampire, thick leather daddy, king vampire. And he goes for it. And he goes, listen, I just want to create a family. All right, I was just hoping that, you know, my boys can be brothers of your boys, and we all live in harmony. That's why I sent Kiefer Sutherland to get Michael, and it would have been great. And then but really, you're the true prize, Mrs. Emerson. You've always been the true prize. Like, come on, join me. It's like, you want me to hurt your boys? And he fucking throws Michael all the way, and the Frog Brothers all the way, and he grabs Corey Haim and goes, I'm gonna kill you. But mom's just like, oh God, please don't hurt my boys. He goes, yes, join me. She takes his hand. He goes, just about to bite her, chat, just about to bite her. But then who comes through the goddamn door, chat? Grandpa. And he honks his fucking horn, and he unleashes these giant fucking spikes that he's been making throughout the entire movie, chat, in the background. And they go, foo, 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 and they all fly. They all fly at Max and goes, ugh! He gets impaled by like a million spikes and he's thrown back into the fireplace and pow, he explodes, chat. The big, thick, daddy leather vampire explosion, chat. Fiery goodness. He's dead. Guys. And fucking Grandpa, he walks out of the truck, chat. He's just looking like he has that 1,000-mile stare. Just right in the middle distance. Walks past everybody, chat. Just goes, goes and they're following him inside to the kitchen. He just goes to the fridge, opens it up, goes to the second shelf, goes to the fat fart shelf, chat, takes one of his root beers, starts drinking. And they go, Grandpa, are you okay? He goes, it's the damnedest thing about Santa Clara. There's too many fucking vampires. So he's been aware the entire time of the vampire threat, chat. He's a vampire hunter. Her dad's a vampire hunter, chat. That's why he always preps every goddamn day in case the vampires come for him. That's why he's making these spikes all the time. And there you go, my friends. It ends with that. That, my friends, is The Lost Boys. My scene by scene breakdown. Great death. Great fucking vampire death. No doubt about it. Goddamn hidden resistances when in enemy territory, right? Gates of Grandpa is the MVP of the movie, chat. So goddamn good. But I hope you enjoyed this review, chat, of The Lost Boys, one of my favorite vampire films. Again, highly recommend checking it out, chat. It's really fun. Very campy. Got some good bloody scenes in there, chat. Good rapport between a number of the actors. It's just all around a fun movie, chat. I would give it a full price. It is a solid full price feature, chat. Which your Oscar review sounds like a fun. It is. It's super, super fun. High recommend. Oh boy, I made right on time for the Infinite Choo Choo review. Exactly. Infinity Train. Good to see you, Troy. Hope you're doing very well. Full price. Great movie. Nice. But chat, I will be right back, chat. I must leave you only for a moment. I'm going to go ahead and grab myself another beverage, chat, refill. So please entertain yourselves amongst yourselves, chat. I shall return. Stick around.